Sorry to come to this, my friend. I truly am.
I see you mumbling and firing off that pistol. I've readied my rifle and it's aiming directly at your head.
Don't shoot. It was my horse. I had to shoot my horse.
Good God. I'm sorry, son. Terrible thing to have to do. What happened?
Not sure. Misstep with a branch. Must have taken a toll on his hoof.
Poor creature. Lucky for you, I'm just up the hill. We can sort you out for the night. Give the nag a proper goodbye in the morning. Only if you're keen to, that is. No sense in staying in this god-forsaken shrubbery any longer. We're all immigrants, friend. I'm not partial to bias. My daddy spent half of his life on the other side of that body of water. Born and bred a European. Now, it wasn't until he was a fully grown man that he found himself in this here land. Been a while now. And with that said, I consider myself to have tenure in this region. The New World, what they called it. Promoted as a gateway to opportunity. Attracted all sorts of specimens. Now, with my initial statement of bias in mind, some just don't belong. Made their way here from out east, I heard. Tried purging them before. Didn't seem to work.
Please excuse my confusion, but what exactly are you talking about?
His esoteric talk is on the subject of witches and witchcraft. Come.
You want me to be frank with you, Ewing, my boy? I think those wicked bitches had a hand in poor little Ernie fucking up his foot.
That's your assumption, is it?
You can never be sure with that batch. But they're out there, watching us, striking when it fits them best.
There hasn't been a witch in nearly 200 years.
Oh, that's horseshit. If you live out here this close to Hamlet Falls, I'd say you'd as much as hear them whispering hymns and chants come nightfall.
Little town, 5 miles south of here.
That'd be the one.
Hamlet Falls, Lily Huron, New England. Just 'cause they ain't sell them no more don't mean they don't exist. Look at Louisiana.
never took that tale too seriously.
That's an error in your ways then, son.
Easy, Woodrow. The occult's presence is strong around these parts. Witch hunt may have ended back then, as you acknowledged. There's walk-in proof of their present existence out there that both of us have encountered. Not in an agreeable way.
I assume most encounters would result in such a way.
May you take a moment to explain the meaning of that?
Witches and witchcraft. I've never read or heard of any encounters going agreeably.
I'll take your points.
My horse likely hit a branch funny. Fucked up his hoof for good, that's all.
Well, maybe it's that simple. Whatever it was, won't stop you from having a few more glasses with me tonight. Now will it?
No, it won't. I'll partake.
I'll leave you boys to it. Ewing, it was a pleasure. I'll see you again come dawn.
Leela's a good one. Perhaps even the best. Her name allegedly means loyal one. Boy, is she ever.
I notice it's just the two of you out here.
As long as I can remember. Made the trip with me from out west. Back home and now here, the two of us face what we have to. Although most of the trouble I face these days, the morning afters.
I suppose out here it's just you, her, and a little bit of whiskey wisdom.
My wisdom comes from experience and tribulation, not from the bottle. Now forgive me if I'm wrong, and please change my opinion if that is the case. But you seem to have an issue with believing in the occult.
Your wife Layla seemed fond of that word too.
The occult, witches and witchcraft. Am I correct in my assumption?
I'd rather not put the fault of my ways onto something paranormal.
Huh. Paranormal, huh? Have you ever heard of the name Flora Maynard?
No bells. Is she a historical figure?
Something like that. Mrs. Maynard got to going out of Salem just about the right time to get going.
She one of these witches you speak so enthusiastically for?
Well, the tale goes that Flora Maynard made her way down south when the good Reverend Louis Masterson was sticking those bitches up on spikes and burning their teeth out east of Salem. Flora, along with her then husband, I don't know his name, left whatever backwater shithole they were occupying at the time with their kid daughter Maeve to a slightly more understanding place in this here country.
Louisiana.
A detail I also do not know, but most likely. Anyway, the point of all this is that if the story stands true, then we have generations of these little fuckers being pumped out of that bloodline. 200 years worth, who would be connected by blood to the now likely deceased Flora Maynard.
As you said, almost 200 years. She's most definitely dead.
Is that all you fucking held on to from what I just said?
I heard the full extent of your point. This is just incapable hearsay. Now don't get me wrong, I appreciate what you and your Layla have done for me tonight. But my new friend Woodrow, perhaps it would be best, for the sake of this interaction, if we diverge from the current topic at hand.
Are you denying the existence of Flora Maynard?
I'm not questioning any of it. All I'm saying is some of this tale may just be that. Story, idle talk, a bit of tattle.
You're questioning Flora's escape then?
Sure, if you want to keep this up, I am questioning it, most of what you've told me. I don't believe the specifics of something that happened that long ago could ever be relayed with such confidence.
Now, this isn't something that me and the missus like to acknowledge much, but it's always there in the back of our heads. We had a visitor come calling once. Good God, a while ago now. Perhaps meeting her would settle your thoughts on the case at hand. Are you up? You asleep? You playing stupid?
What the fuck is this?
Now, this is our overstaying, overbearing guest I mentioned I wanted you to meet.
I asked you, what the fuck is this?
Now, calm down, son. Let's talk this through.
Is this your fucking diversion? Taking in strangers, tying them up, leaving them high and dry till it fixes you good to come and say hello?
I wouldn't go as far as regarding this a pleasurable pastime.
Certainly doesn't seem like a necessary one. Were you planning on me next?
Don't play thick with me, son. Do you think after feeding you, drinking you, meeting you my wife, would be my source of entertainment to do the same to you as I did to this wicked witchy bitch right here?
That was my question.
Well, inquire no fucking further. Me and the sweet Leela ain't fixing or conspiring to do something like this to you. It was me, the goddamn guardian angel who made his way into the woods to save your ass. Likely from her kind. Now you put that hammer back in its place and holster that goddamn pistol. Now, I do understand your distrust in the situation. Hell, I'd question it myself. So if any, you go ahead. Ask your questions.
Who is she? Why is she here?
Her name I couldn't tell you. She gives me something new every time we talk. As far as why she's here, well, we found her fucking around in the forest about 4 or 5 weeks back, feeding on a deer. Well, we thought it was a deer, until I pressed on to see what was what, and I found that the cadaver was a little more human than we initially thought it would be.
And your wife, Leela, is she okay having a woman bound in the backyard?
As much as Leah don't like to have the shrew in the shack, she tries to forget it. What she doesn't see, what she doesn't hear, none of her concern. She's a good Christian in that way.
Okay. So why do you hold on to her?
Well, That isn't the question on both our minds. I don't know what is. Maybe it's how I see myself performing my civic duty out here in the nothingness.
Last one. What possible proof do you have that solidifies her as a witch?
No!
Shut up!
Simmer yourself. My mind is still unsettled.
Now, besides us and that town, there ain't nothing in this little radius of ours but one other family. The Godfreys. Little Lucius Godfrey went missing just over a month ago. It was an event that shook the parents to the core. Now, not that it was any kind of recognizable, but that cadaver in the woods, it did look a lot like that of little Lucius Godfrey.
But as you said, it was unrecognizable.
Sure. But that don't mitigate the fact that that there was throat deep in a goddamn children's corpse.
May I have a minute with her?
Now, what would a moment of you whispering in her ear benefit me or mine, or the situation as a whole?
Well, given I've spent most of the night hearing you speak your heart of hearts, I think it's only a fair request that I hear hers.
I suppose I could give you that. Not sure what you intend to ascertain from the likes of her, but you go ahead. You do your thing. Oh, and Ewing, do me a favor. If she starts howling, you put a bullet in her belly. Do it as fast as you can.
You heard him, right?
Are you fucking seriously believing this, man?
Keep your voice down.
Eating children. Do you suspect that to be the truth?
So far, he's been nothing but true, both to and for me. I've no reason to doubt him any.
All right, stranger. You're thicker than I thought.
I can't help that, but I am open to an explanation. So what's your side then?
My side. I've been starved, then fed, then starved, then drenched in cold water for fuck knows how long. I'm his fucking patsy if he ever needs one.
A patsy for what?
The crazy whore in the house wanted a kid. God knows why. So the man went and got her a kid. Who knows? Maybe he's this precious little Godfrey boy. For all I know, she's the fucking witch.
So what were you eating then?
What was I eating? I wasn't fucking eating anything. He hit me over the head as I was picking strawberries one day, and then I found myself here.
Is that the truth?
He said, she said at this point. You want a solid case with proof for my word? That I can provide.
You two getting along all right?
Just fine, just fine.
Don't suppose you tell me your name. Your real name. Who you really are.
I don't suppose due to the fact you'll take his fucking word for everything.
Your truculence is merit. Though I advise you take advantage of the opportunity I'm providing you.
My name is Nora Hammond. I live in a small town called Hamlet Falls. It's not too far from where we currently stand. I live there peacefully with my husband and little boy. That is, until a few weeks ago, when I went hunting for nothing more than a few strawberries for my son's breakfast.
They say Hamlet Falls is quite a little haven for the kind you're currently being accused of.
Yeah. That is what they say.
Well, that's quite the story, Nora. Impressive, to say the least. But as he stated earlier, it's a he said, she said.
You asked me for my truth. And I gave you my truth.
Starting to think you all getting a tad too friendly over there.
Just a minute, friend. Hold tight.
Are you convinced with her lovely little foul-mouthed charm?
I say we take her out into the woods. I would put a bullet in her belly and you can tell your missus that she got away during the night.
I admire your ambition, son. But that there forest ain't fit to go back to. For any man, any means, anyhow. Good God, boy, are you mad?
Due to your kindness, I can never rest easy having done you any harm, but I'm gonna go with my gut on this one.
You sure it's your gut you going with?
Shut up.
Thinking with the wrong head, son. Be all kinds of stupid in this world, but, boy, you really are something standout.
You wish me to reiterate? Shut the fuck up.
Don't make me do this.
Start with the rope.
When this happens, I want you to go get my wife and hightail it as far fucking north as you can. You hear me?
What? Jesus Christ. Nora, are you alright? Are you alright? You okay?
What the hell are you still doing here?
Woodrow.
Fuck out of here!
You're coming with me.
Fuck was that? You have to work on not being so stupid. When I say get my wife and get gone, you listen to me.
What's all the ruckus out here?
Leela! Come here!